Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to get started using Audacity to make your very own podcast.
Mr. Jack, that's me, teaches you stuff.
Okay, so you can see that I've got Audacity opened already. This is what the program looks like. It does look a little bit complicated, but we'll break it down. By the way, I'll put a link to download Audacity in the description. And Audacity is free, it's an open source software. And it is safe and you can trust it. All right, so to begin with, what I think is probably the easiest way when it comes to podcasting is you're gonna wanna record straight into Audacity. They've got a record button right here. Now, in order to do that, it's gonna be important that you select the microphone. So that is conveniently already up here. Now, hopefully your computer is going to detect what microphone you have. If you're working on a laptop, like a MacBook or something, then it's probably already got a built-in microphone, and you probably will see an option here, something like built-in mic. In my case, I've got a microphone that I plug in, it's called the H6, and so that's the one that I'm going to be using. That's what I'm talking on right now for this screen recording. And if you have some other kind of microphone you could plug in, you could use that. And one other option is if you've got headphones that have a microphone built in, even I think AirPods technically work as a microphone too, so you could try and get that connected to your computer and use that. But for beginning projects, the built-in mic on your laptop is probably going to be fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit record. You'll see it makes new tracks, and as I talk, you start to see the waveform. Let's stop it there. So the waveform, these blue lines, is basically what the sound, the sound of the track, but turned into like an image. So if you speak really loud, you'll see these big bumps, and if you speak kind of softly, it'll be small. Kind of a little bit like one of those heart rate, you know, when people are in hospital and you see the heart thing, it's a little bit like that, right? This will be a little bit strange because if I play this back right now as I'm recording, let's just see what happens. So there we go, so that's the recording. It worked really nicely. And if I need to record more, then I can put the playhead where I want it to be next and hit the record button, and we'll go from there. Test, test, test. Here's some more recording. And just to show what happens when I speak really loud, there you can see that's that loud part right there. If your recording is not loud enough, you can boost the sound in over here. There's a gain, so obviously plus is going to be more. Don't go too loud though, because you don't want to get distortion if you go too loudly. So there we go. So that's how you record the speaking part. You can also add in some sound effects. So you probably at the start of your podcast, you probably want to have some kind of an introduction sound, or maybe you want effects, like you want some boing sounds or some car crash sounds or whatever it might be. And you can also add them in as well. Now, to get some sounds, you may already have some somehow. It would be very fun for you to try and record them using just your voice, right? So you could record and just come in really close to the mic and make those sounds using your mouth. But you could also add them in from another file. So I recommend this website called Freesound. It is a little bit old now. It looks a little bit dated, but it actually has some pretty cool stuff on there, and it's all free. Okay, you will need to log in, which I have just done. You can make an account, it's free, it doesn't take very long, but you do need to log in order to download. So I'm gonna go to sounds and have a look. You can search for things. Let's look for a boing sound. Comedic boing, you just click play. I like this one. Okay, so I'm going to down this one called Jews Harp Single. Click on download. and that will download me a WAV file, .wav, and I can copy that into Audacity and then build that into my podcast. Okay, my download has finished, so I'm going to go back into Audacity, and now I need to import. So let's go up to File, Import, Audio, and then I'm going to find that file that I just downloaded. It's that one there. Okay, and then you can see the Boing file right there. So the next task for you to do is going to be to place that exactly where you want it to be. So let's play through my podcast track. Let's have the Boing sound happen right after I said as I talk. Let's put it in right here. So what we're going to do now is select the piece of the audio that we want. That's this little part, using that cursor tool. And then I'm going to jump onto that time shift tool there that's like 2 arrows. So I can now grab that and slide it into place. So now that Boing is right in the middle of this gap where I wanted it to be. Now let's play it through. Okay, it's just a bit of fun, but it works. So you can obviously see how you can make an entire podcast here. It's just about adding more effects and moving things around. Keep in mind that you might want to balance the sound. So I would say in this, the Boing was a little too loud. So maybe I'd turn down the Boing and turn up the speaking just a little bit. And when you're finished with this, you're probably going to want to export. Oops, I don't want to play anymore. So we can go to File when we're finished, Export, and export as an MP3 is probably the best way to go. An MP3 file is pretty standard now for most music players and computers. So click on that, save it wherever you want to save it, and there you go. Okay, thanks very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed learning how to use Audacity to make your own podcast, and I look forward to listening to some of them soon.